Hi friends, I am Zarah and I work with B.LAB as a technical educator. Every day I receive about hundreds of queries from customers related to hair fall problems. And they ask me questions from cosmetic solutions to synthetic drugs to homeopathy and even what kind of hair oils they should be using. So before you opt for any such solution, let's just first get aware of its side effects. So here I am to answer all your questions related to any kind of surgeries or any kind of solutions that you're looking out for your hair fall problem. Please join me in. Right now I will be doing a short PowerPoint presentation, and on the top right of the corner you have a Q&A section wherein you can ask me any questions that you wish to. So let's begin with my PowerPoint presentation. All right, so as you see, I will be talking to you about the Hair Solution Compare Guide. Let's begin. So this session will help you understand all the solutions that are available in the market for hair fall problem, which are cosmetic solutions, synthetic drugs, homeopathy, surgical options, and cosmeceuticals. As you see in the first slide, cosmetic solution, which are hair wigs. Now, most people with extensive hair loss, usually caused by alopecia, prefer to wear a wig. There are different types of wigs, like synthetic wigs or real hair wigs. But these wigs have a lot of limitations. Now, as you can see in the picture, there are wigs which are available in fashionable looks, which which you can get it in different types of hair textures, different kinds of looks, different kinds of hair colors and haircuts. But always understand the limitations of a wig before buying one. If you look at the second slide, it talks about the limitations. Synthetic wigs, which are not your real hair wigs, are lightweight and they look extremely natural, although they may feel very, very hot to wear. There are many disadvantages of these synthetic wigs. That is, they can be damaged when exposed to heat, the color cannot be refreshed, the hair turns frizzy, and it is not long lasting. Also, when you think about buying a human hair wigs are even more trouble than any synthetic wig because they have to be styled and set like real hair. Also, they cannot be washed and must be protected from rain. They are very, very expensive. Next, we come to hairsprays and hair fiber powders. Also known as hair topics, these fibers are commonly available and help covering up thinning areas which attach to the hair to give a fuller appearance. Now, hair building fibers are becoming the most commonly used method of concealing thinning hair. They can be applied on a daily basis and are easily washed off. Therefore, they require very, very little commitment. The other main alternative has been an array of sprays and creams to conceal the scalp. So, even if you're thinking of buying a hair fiber or hairspray, always understand that the color can always fade off. Secondly, you cannot even brush or comb your hair because once you start to do that, the fibers will drop down to your clothes. It contains ammonium chloride, which has a lot of side effects like irritation on scalp, inhalation, which can irritate your eyes and nose, or any kind of allergic response. Next we have is hair colors. Most of the people feel that once they color their hair, it can probably look denser, it can probably look thinner. They believe that coloring their hair a shade darker can provide an excellent cover for thinning on the crown and scalp where the hair density is low and scalp shows. But what happens? Once you think that you do your hair color and now your hair is going to look denser, is that true? That doesn't really happen because the more you keep coloring your hair, the more damage you'll cause to your scalp and your hair area. Also, the color will fade off, and every 15 days you will have to do your color touch up. And so many people side effects because of color. Their hair also turns out to become frizzy. So again, if you're looking out, if you think that hair color is something that can make your hair denser, then I am sorry, but I don't think it is the right option. Moving ahead to synthetic drugs. Synthetic drugs are available in the market which can work to some extent. Synthetic drugs are designed to suppress testosterone production, which is nothing but a male. Now, what happens is that these hair follicles convert testosterone, that is the main male hormone, into another hormone which is called as dihydrotestosterone. In this case, the affected hair follicles become more sensitive to dihydrotestosterone, and this causes the hair follicles to shrink and fall. In fact, most of them even have side effects. Just like you see in the PowerPoint slide, you can read that in April, the FDA had actually banned the usage of synthetic drugs as it caused side effects like headaches and the loss of sex drives. So, do you wish to do this? I am not very sure. Again, now these synthetic drugs can contain something called as minoxidil or finasteride. You must have heard a lot about minoxidil or about finasteride. Minoxidil have again a lot of side effects. It can probably liver function, which is potentially a serious side effect. And as you metabolize and you eliminate, that is, if you once you stop using minoxidil and once you stop using finasteride, you might start getting liver problems. You can also get dizziness and increased heart rate, which I have researched a lot about, and increase finasteride they consume. So that has also been reported as one of the major problems, skin irritation, and especially skin irritation on the scalp. Secondly, finasteride and minoxidil are not FDA approved. I don't think there is any clinical research on it, and they have, as I said, a lot of side effects. So I am not very sure if you can use this as your daily, if you can make this a daily habit. But synthetic drugs is certainly something that I would ask my customers to avoid using. Next, people ask me about hair oil. They read a lot of data from research, and then they think that hair oil is actually going to make their hair grow faster. But I don't think so. That's the scene, because what happens is that hair oil has its own limitations. Hair oil is not very penetrating. It is an incomplete solution. You do not know if hair oil is actually consisting of the amino acids, of the vitamins, and the proteins that it promises to. It can be diluted, it can be processed, and it it is non-binding. It also, again, when you're using too much of hair oil, you again have to keep shampooing, which makes your hair really very dry. So it is very, very, it can even cause messiness. And that is why those are the limitations of it. I am not very sure if hair oil would actually, the way it promises to increase your hair regrowth, it would, but all it can do is that it can help condition your hair. Next slide is about homeopathy limitations. Now, much of the use of homeopathy comes from a lack of transparency as how homeopathics are made and what they question asked by FDA. So these medicines are mostly diluted and they have a lot of side effects. Like, for instance, you must have always noticed that homeopathy is very, very slow acting. It has no clinical proof and it lacks transparency. Apart from this, there are surgeries that are available. Like you must have heard about hair transplant, hair implants, silicone bondings, etc. These surgeries are normally very expensive. Also, if you can see in the image how it has caused side effects, like how it has caused swelling and scarring. I'm not sure if everybody would actually want to insert these kind of needles in your scalp and go ahead with these surgeries. So it's a one-time solution. It is very expensive, and it definitely has such side effects which are being shown to you in the picture. So here it is. See the amount of bleeding that is there in the picture, the swelling of the scalp, the itching, and the irritation, which causes hair, transplant, which is a hair transplant limitation. And in the end, we have cosmeceutical. Let's understand what is a cosmeceutical. Cosmeceutical refers to the combination of cosmetics and pharmaceuticals. It can be in the form of a hair or a scalp serum, and it is made up by dermatologists, and it has a lot of natural and organic ingredients. I think this is the safest way to go for if you're looking out for a hair regrowth procedure. It is slow, no doubt, but definitely if you have patience, then after a while you'll definitely see hair regrowth because it is developed by dermatologists. It penetrates deep inside the scalp. It prevents premature hair loss. It prevents premature hair thinning, and it is very easy to use this solution. Externally, it is an externally applied solution. It is a serum, and both male and female can use this. The best part about a cosmeceutical is that it has undergone real human clinical trials, so it is ideal for anybody and everybody to use a cosmeceutical. Educated about various hair fall solutions, so I'm sure you guys have a lot of FAQs on this, and let's now discuss what kind of questions do you all have related to hair regrowth.
Stop sharing. Stop sharing.
Where are the questions? So I already have a lot of questions that I'm already going through, and I would like to answer you all the questions one by one. I have a question, a very important question from one of the customers, and he's asking me what causes hair loss. Mr. Shivam. Mr. Shivam, I think you've even missed my last webinar last week, so I would really want you to go ahead and go through my webinar. But apart from that, hair loss has a lot of issues. Hair loss is caused by a lot of factors. Heredity, pattern baldness is determined by our genes and our hormones. So sudden dramatic hair loss, however, has many other causes. Like in women, the most problematic and the most big problems are like pregnancy and menopause, which definitely lead to hair loss. Other than this, if you are going through an emotional stress or if you are having an unhealthy diet, if pursued to the point of malnutrition, then certainly, this can cause hair loss. disorders, any kind of various drugs that you take, any kind of medications that you're going through can cause hair loss. Even a large dosage, if you do not have proper dosage of, say, vitamin A, or if you do not have proper dosage of even vitamin B, then it can definitely lead to hair fall problems. The next question I have from Mr. Sharif Khan. He's asking me what is hair implant and if I recommend it. Mr. Sharif Khan, hair implantation or grafting is just a form of a cosmetic surgery in which patches of skin with healthy hair follicles are transplanted into the bald areas. Usually, patches are taken from the back of the scalp and moved to the top of the head. The transplant falls out, but the new one grows back in a few weeks. These surgeries have a lot of side effects, and even with the best of the follicles, there might be some kind of infection for which, in a short course of antibiotics, in a short course, you might be required to take a lot of antibiotics. Apart from this, pain, itching, numbness, swelling, cysts, they are very, very common, and these are the very common side effects which majority of the people have undergone. Next question I have is, so I'm going through all the questions. Yeah, the next question that I have here is, what is the difference between Propecia and Proscar? So Propecia and Proscar are medications which cure male pattern baldness, and both contain finasteride, which is a synthetic drug which is designed to suppress testosterone production, which is your male hormone. So there is only a price disparity between the two. Otherwise, Propecia and Proscar is nothing, it's the same. The next question that I am having is, the next question that I'm having is from Mr. Zaveri. And Mr. Zaveri is asking me if he can use hair oil and will it cook. Okay, he's saying that can hair oil help in growing my lost hair? I see a lot of companies claiming the same. Okay, so you need to understand that any hair oil will definitely smoothen and condition your hair. But your question is that will it actually achieve hair regrowth? The only thing that I want you to understand is that the molecular weight of any hair oil, specifically a coconut hair oil, is 645, whereas the air we breathe weighs only 28, which means it is very hard for any hair oil to penetrate deep inside the matrix, deep inside the hair follicle, and it definitely will not help you give your hair regrowth. Also, another thing, as I said, you do not know if your hair oil is a processed product, if it contains the amino acids and vitamins which are necessary, which are supposed to be there in the oil, if it is there or if it is not there. So there is no clinical proof. It is not FDA proven. So I cannot really assure you that if it would give hair regrowth, but definitely, Mr. Zaveri, if you would like to condition your hair and if you just want it to be smooth, then you can always use hair oil prior to your shampoo and apply it on your hair and then just rinse it out. I mean, shampoo it and then apply the conditioner. So here I have another question from Miss Solanki. She wants to know, how will I know if a cosmeceutical will stop my hair loss? The honest answer is simple. You need to look out for a cosmeceutical which is FDA proven and it has gone all clinical trials. Apart from this, a cosmeceutical is natural and it has organic ingredients with zero side effects, and it deeply penetrates inside the scalp to revitalize your hair follicle with the necessary nourishment that your hair needs. There are various reasons to why it can act slow. For instance, if you need to follow a healthy diet along with using a cosmeceutical. If you're just going to apply something externally, it is not going to really help. So you have to follow a healthy diet, you have to sleep properly, you have to exercise regularly, and you do not have to take stress. Along with that, you need to use a cosmeceutical, and it will definitely give you hair regrowth, is what I can assure. Also, one more thing that is very important is choose your shampoo wisely, dry your hair with care, protect your hair. All these factors are very, very important if you really wish to notice hair regrowth. And the last question that I have is from Mrs. Sangini. She wants to know, what is the difference between Rogaine and minoxidil. I think many of y'all must be having these questions. They all want to know what is Rogaine and what is minoxidil. So Rogaine is a brand name for minoxidil. Minoxidil, as I explained, is a synthetic drug which is designed to suppress testosterone production, that is a male hormone, and it can even lead to side effects. As I said, the cause of loss of sex drives, or liver problems as such once you stop using those drugs. And minoxidil comes in numerous sources in various strengths from 2% to 5% liquid, and even in a 12.5% micronized lotion. So Rogaine is nothing but it is just a brand name for minoxidil, and yeah, that's about it. So guys, I think I have now educated you about the various hair fall solutions which are available in the market. The burden is on you to take the information you are provided and make every effort to understand it correctly. But just remember that many serious health issues are just ignored or solved by taking drugs, which over a period of time creates dependence and more systematic side effects. So you are the best judge for your hair. Decide something that you know will suit your hair as well as your body. All the best. Be in touch. Please write to us on www.blab.co.in. Visit our website and let me know if you have any more questions. I will see you again in the next 2 weeks. Hold up and please join my webinar the next time. Thank you.